Seems like that smoke is still up.
Yeah. Seats adjusted and locked. Seat belt, shoulder harnesses are good. Master switch is off. Seat circuit breakers are good. Brakes are good on my side.
Air pressure.
Okay. Compass. Freely. Altimeter way off. Set. PSI and airspeed both reading 0. Clock is good. Cockpit air and heat are in. Flight controls. There. Mixture rich. Throttle's closed. Primer not locked. It's not on the lock either.
Was on a lock?
Let's see if I can lock in the detail. There we go. Fuel shutoff knob is in. Master switch is on. Alright, private the engine. Box fuel pump is good. Throttle's reset. Clear prop. Make sure that's reset. Okay. That's right.
just so they know, let them know that you're going to BRK for
So,
navigation.
request clearance to Lyman via BRK?
Yeah.
Reserve aircraft 317, roger, just advise when you're ready. Cessna 73 November, runway 31 at Bravo 5, taxi via Bravo.
Runway 31 at Bravo 5 via Bravo 73 November. Springs clearance at the 7899 November at the Aero Club with information call. Request clearance to Lyman Airport via
see what they tell us when we get in the air. They might vector us, or hopefully they tell us to go direct to BRK.
Okay.
But we'll see.
Lobo 41 Springs ground. Are you parking at a Peterson or at the Jet Center?
Peterson.
Lobo 41 Roger, you can taxi parking via Bravo, short of Bravo 5.
So with my tablet, I found out I couldn't turn off the
Location.
Well, I can't turn off the dot,
Yeah.
but I can turn off my location and it just doesn't update.
It's okay.
So
Tango 2 Springs ground.
so right now it still thinks we're over at the Aero Club.
Okay.
Tango 2.
The only reason I told you to return it off is just so you can test out your situational awareness.
Right.
101
And that's what I'm going for, which is
Yeah.
why I did turn off the location.
Okay.
So like I said, it's not going to update while we're flying.
Okay.
Looks like C-130's doing a run up.
I don't realize how dirty it is, man. What the?
Oh yeah, they're absolutely filthy. I don't know if you've seen them when they're doing their pattern work out here, but they chuck out, like you can see a line of smoke behind them.
Oh yeah.
The whole time.
Kind of reminds me of the old school jets, you know, the turbo jets.
Right. I mean those turboprops they've got are pretty old school.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Springs ground. Student solo Cherokee 8314 Whiskey.
Alright, so I'm gonna try and tuck myself kind of up in his corner so I'm not sitting in his prop wash.
Okay. It looks like he's going with his
Yeah, he's getting ready to go, but
Reserve aircraft 317 Springs ground. Hold position. I'll have one aircraft to get on Bravo.
somewhere about here.
Alright.
And Lobo 41, continue taxi via Bravo.
Lobo 41, continue taxi via Bravo, contact home.
Alright, fuel selector still on both. Brakes are
And
held.
November 8314 Whiskey Springs
Sure
ground.
goes full rich.
That looked at F-16.
Yeah, I saw that.
Expedition goal for pattern 1.
Bringing up to 1800.
November 8314 Whiskey, we are unable pattern work at this time. Pay attention. Student solo for pattern work. Continue to forward landing. November 14 Whiskey, we are unable to track the pattern at this time. Pay attention.
That's a guard bird.
Yeah. South Dakota.
That's cool.
They're kind of big, you know, in person.
Yeah, and they got the extended fuel tanks on the wings too. Alright,
Crew track 495 Springs ground. Taxi
Pictures
parking via
lead.
Charlie
Their
2.
instruments are
Cross
still
runway
good.
35 left, Alpha 2 straight in. Charlie 2, cross left, Alpha
Right, here goes. Come on. Alright.
Southwest 2101.
Southwest 2101 Springs ground, runway 35 right.
then go.
So for short field, yeah, full, and yeah.
And then we're gonna raise the nose at 60, climb to 70 until we clear the obstacle. Wing flaps will go up at that point. Climb
Tower, Windcom, runway 35 right, clear for takeoff.
Climb to 95. And then, as usual, if we
November,
have
traffic is departing runway 35 right now at CRJ, advisement site.
we have an engine out.
Traffic is site 10-3.
There's runway underneath us. We'll want to take off the, put back down on the runway we took off from. There's not, we're below 1,000 feet, banking off the end of the runway. If we're above 1,000 feet, then we can try and make back to the airport.
Okay, sounds good.
Alright, I guess just so you're tracking, the waypoints I use were BRK, the intersection, but just west of Calhan, Rama Reservoir, Matheson, then the intersection just before the airport there.
Okay.
So, alright, I think that's it for takeoff stuff.
Okay.
Springs Tower, 789er November, holding short of runway 31 and Bravo 5, ready for takeoff.
Dock 7899 November, Springs Tower, Windcom, runway 31 at Bravo 5, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, runway 31 and Bravo 5, 789er November.
Cherokee 80 Juliet, turn right heading 350. Right turn 350, 80 Juliet. November, Springs Tower, Windcom, runway 35 right, clear to land gear number 2, following Skyhawk in the left downwind.
Clear to land number 2, 35 right. So as we're coming onto the runway, we're gonna swing wide so we can maximize the runway that we're using.
Okay.
And hold brakes, full throttle, lean,
It was 5548.
instruments green, we'll take off.
And I'm gonna note takeoff time 10:38.
Okay.
And start the timer.
Alright.
Cherokee 80 Juliet, traffic is off the right at CRJ, climbing on the 7,500 units. Traffic is
So,
Cherokee 80 Juliet, maintain visual separation from bad traffic.
like our mixture's good, instruments are green. Take off.
Train half and we'll make it a separation, 80 Juliet. 6 takeoff, Wincom.
We're gonna go 35 right, south of
Okay, with 5306, runway 35 right, clear to land.
Clear to land, one week, 35 right.
Based off of
Yeah, so easiest thing to know what heading will give tickets to BRK to go to.
want to see which wheel will take us there.
Okay.
So if we were to turn now, it would be about 050.
Okay. Alright, so we'll see what you say.
Yep. Alright, and because we are on the western half heading right now,
Okay.
VFR altitude would be 8,500.
Well, you wanna choose your altitude for your general directional flight.
Okay, so
Yeah.
what I'm saying because of that's
Yeah.
contact departure service center, November. All right.
Once you cross the VOR, what will be your
060 away from it.
okay, okay. I was saying like anytime soon to departure.
Did I miss some departure? Is that what you're saying?
No. I'm saying anytime soon, you know, for when they will tell us to
Yeah.
board.
VFR, hold the test to take your sector.
Okay, let's throw us to be okay.
I don't want to climb to 95 while we're doing it.
Traffic, 9 o'clock, 1 mile southbound, Cherokee, south of Park,
So it looks like about 120 is going to be a heading for it.
Alright.
I imagine we're getting pretty close, so I don't want to chase it too hard. about 7.4.
Alright. Supposed to have that chart in the back, right? That's the verify.
Yeah. So,
Okay. You need oil changes, so we're good.
yep. So, wait for that to fully change. Then I'll go 060 and line up with that radial, and we should be able to follow that to Atlanta.
Okay. So even with all the vectoring, we made it in 2 minutes. That's good.
Alright, we're on the prom.
Okay. And once you get the fuel flag, make a timer.
Two flag, you said?
Yeah, I'll be front flag. Front flag, you gotta reset the timer.
Okay.
For next leg, which should be what? 9 minutes, right?
Next one is 9 minutes, yep.
Oh, do you have a pen?
I have a, yes.
Yeah, it will be a good idea to start like logging your time.
Noting it, yeah.
Yeah.
So that was actual time elapsed was 11.
Alright.
That one. So wait for that to swap over.
Maintain 1-3000 up on 011.
Forever. Stop. Clear. What's our heading for next leg?
The next one should be 060. So just taking it quick time.
Yeah, I'll recommend turning to 060 again.
You recommend turning soon?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we don't go too far off.
Fair enough.
I see what it does.
Alright.
I see it's slowly moving.
I see it too.
Okay, so let's reset that timer. So clear.
This guy here?
Clear.
Clear.
There you go.
Start. Okay.
Alright. So I would say once you start seeing that flag, just turn your head and
Gotcha.
it should change.
Good to know.
Alright.
And we're starting to get that from...
Next point is what?
Next point is going to be the intersection where we cross the highway.
Alright.
So,
They're going to be looking for that. Does it help with all the hay around?
we're quite a bit off of
say it's somewhat reliable more than GPS, you know?
Because GPS can be interfered with so easily.
Yeah, yeah. So if you look at Denver, starting to move into it, yeah. This might be an instrument stuff, but the instrument charts, there's some airports that have a symbol, meaning that you're required to have COR backup in case of GPS.
I imagine all the big Bravos.
Yeah, Bravos.
Definitely makes sense for instrument navigation too, because even weather can interfere with GPS. So
That's true, but
alright, let's start. Here's your my way over. That way we don't completely pass it.
alright.
Because we have a we'll call it a calm day, just more or less just be able to follow the heading on here.
Okay.
I believe that's the highway there. Yep, that should be the highway. So it should come back around. We'll intercept it about that way.
Okay.
So,
Good.
Departure November 3.
see it right there.
Right.
So we are on track.
Okay. So we should be there, what, 3 minutes, right?
3 minutes. Based off the original calculation, but we were pretty far off course coming off the car.
Can you tell me what town that is right ahead of us?
Right ahead of us. I'm not sure. Falcon maybe?
So, see how the road like turns towards the left side?
Yeah.
Yeah. So see if you can like trace that.
Oh, that'd be Calhoun.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so yeah, we're about to intercept about, what is that, about 2 minutes early, or a minute or so early when we actually cross over.
Straight in for runway 3170 November. November 70 November. 119.9 November.
We should cross over. Which road that is?
It'll be right about 8.5 minutes.
All right.
And I calculated 9.
Okay.
So,
As long as you're within 1 or 2 minutes, it should be good.
so. That's 1 or 2 minutes on either side, right?
What do you mean? Oh, like plus or
plus or
minus?
minus.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Looks like we're going to be actually 9 on the dot. Crossing over.
About 9 minutes, right?
About 9 on the dot.
Yeah.
132?
132.4.
Contact number center 132.4. That's the 900 November. Alright. 132.4. Alright, and then contacting him, I should just be able to tell him. I need to tell him location, altitude, right?
So when it comes, yeah, just altitude.
Okay. Denver Center, 77899 November, 8,500 feet. Alright, next one should be 6 minutes.
Alright, so I'll take me to go. Back 9, right? For this way.
Yep.
9 minutes. That's rank, departure, 779, I remember, come back to say, 1314, for Denver.
Number 999 December. Denver Center will be on 133.4.
1334, 99 November. That
Alright.
explains why we didn't hear them. Okay.
Alright.
Denver Center, 77899 November, 8,000.
That's exactly why we also read the front supplement. Now we know that there's no crashes, right?
Yep.
So we have to fly around. Okay.
Yep. Don't want to flatter anyone.
Yeah. Cool. So what's our next point?
Rama Reservoir.
Common Reservoir. Is that where we're headed to right now? Or?
That is where we're headed to.
Okay. Alright. That should take us how long?
6 minutes.
6 minutes.
It's a bit of a shorter one, but because it's such a big landmark, I wanted to.
Oh yeah, it's good. Like I said, realistically, in real life, you're not gonna, you're just gonna space your points based on what you have.
Right.
But they do ask you to check ride, say 10
to 15 nautical miles to rule of thumb, yeah. I remembered that. Like I said, it's a large enough landmark to make it each spot. So I figured that was
that's good.
a solid one to include.
That could also be an argument factor in a tech ride for determining why you chose that point.
Right.
That's aeronautical decision.
Which is one of the big things that they're checking for.
Yeah, exactly.
They want to make sure that you can be trusted to fly an airplane on your own.
Yeah. Or just being on the fly, just ahead of time,
Right.
good idea to be parachute at this facility,
What was that?
I said, I don't know if it's a good idea to be parachuting with this kind of facility out here.
Yeah, no kidding.
But those guys are nuts, man. I don't know if you met parachute jumpers.
I have, yeah. I've got a buddy who's a smoke jumper.
A smoke jumper? What's that?
They're the wildfire fighters that parachute in.
get their equipment out?
They dump it out of the plane, circle back, and then jump out themselves.
Oh wow. What about the water and all that?
So they're mostly not using water, they're using accidental.
IFR traffic, 12 o'clock, 12 miles out the direct stairs at 9,000 feet. Maintain VFR at above 9,500.
Maintain VFR at or above 9,500.
USA Philly Delta, VFR traffic 12 o'clock, 11 miles out the direction. Skyhawk, VFR 9,500 feet.
It's another learning experience right here while we keep our VFR altitude.
Right, so IFR gets the even for like the whole numbers,
Yeah.
going into half.
Yeah.
Keep that spacing. Should be coming up on the reservoir here shortly.
Okay.
So actually, do we pass it maybe?
Can you show me on the map where that road turns like that?
It's right here, I think.
Okay.
So I think we already passed it, and I didn't even notice it.
Alright.
Is that similar?
Okay. So it might be a dry bed right there.
What was that?
Might be a dry bed.
Okay.
We'll look at the symbols. Do you have your paper chart with you?
Yep.
No, like the section chart?
Oh, it's in my backpack.
See the symbols. That's one.
Yeah, I've got that too.
Where's yours?
Could be in this middle pocket here.
I thought you had the active sectional. I wanted to look at the symbols.
Do you have the actual sectional? It's in the same pocket, just as the other.
Pocket?
Yep.
Alright, so let's say that we crossed the lake right there, so we can proceed to the next one.
Alright. So the next one we're looking for is Matheson.
Alright. So we'll call it 6 minutes on the previous one.
Denver Center, 3046 Quebec, with you at 11000. 3046 Quebec, I got hot military space, so I give you a revised range, please check Lamar, direct destination, Lamar, so Lima, Alpha, Alpha. Direct, Lima, Alpha, Alpha, 46 Quebec. Okay, from Lamar, destination, 46 Quebec, the Springfield Center, 3029. 3029, 46 Quebec.
How long is the supposed to take us to?
Going from don't look at the traffic ahead of us.
Yeah.
Looking for the traffic ahead of us.
Our next point should be what?
Matheson?
We should get there in what, like, how long?
So it was going to be 8 minutes.
Alright.
From the reservoir. And
November 660 Papa, Cynthia, RB5, arrival, successfully 3029.
I believe that's it. We've got the windmills coming up ahead of us.
Alright.
So, gotta hit clear and start to the next one, which is intersection with the highway. So the highway's gonna sink underneath us and then come back in front of us eventually. And that's gonna be 6 minutes. And we're gonna be crossing over a bunch of windmills in the meantime.
Okay.
So there's 760 contact under approach, 120, runway 35.
035 on the list 768.
Driver 6476, Cynthia, RB5 arrival, the Springdale Center 3029.
Yeah, I'll be 5 rounds, go 6476. Center to the 6 Delta, 30 seconds from.
That's kind of
6 Delta Lima tank.
Yep.
789 November, here's that, the number 12 Lyman, dropping those instructors out here shortly.
I just have it acknowledged.
Center Delta 2546, 12-1, climate 16.
Flight number 6, contact climb maintain, flight level 260.
260, Delta 2540.
Say acknowledge to I'll just say acknowledge.
Alright.
Acknowledge 789 flight level 290, how you doing?
Traffic.
Alright. Okay.
Yeah, 1613, the charge is going to maintain, flight level 260.
Flight level 260, United 1613.
So is this with the Bravo's legs?
With the radio?
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's constantly busy.
He's got busy, yeah.
Number 8, 789 or 9 remember, number is just dropped out there last.
Acknowledge.
Acknowledge 79. It's interesting that they use a highway as the marker here, because that's right there, and it's not nearly as distinct from the surrounding terrain as this big old dirt road is.
I know. Yeah.
Much more visible to the highway.
Okay, you tell me where we are right now?
We
I
are.
see a sharp bend toward the right.
Yep. So that is going to be a little. We are more or less at my intersection point.
About, or it might be here, I'll say.
Okay, so maybe I was.
United 1613.
We should see a lot of windmills.
I mean, we've got a bunch.
Way more than this.
Way more than this. Okay, so I was distributing that. All right.
Okay.
So then, if that's the loop around, and this is actually Matheson that we're coming up on right now.
I gotcha.
So.
Pilot 52 under contact under approach 120.35.
Doesn't help that it's a hazing around.
So the 789 or 9 November radar service terminated. 3 continuing cruising, keep the code, contact me on the way back out.
So just say radar service or
Yeah,
radar service.
okay, I see a major road right there. Should we see that?
Yeah, I can see that.
Delta 2546, contact Denver Center 134.12.
3412, Delta 2546.
Okay, I see windmills over there.
United 1613, descend on maintain, flight level 220.
Flight level 220,
that we, over there. So I see over there. There should be a major road right here.
Yeah, that's the riverbed right there. For the,
Okay, so okay, so you're correct. Yeah, my bad.
we're coming up close on it then.
All right. So,
So with them having permanent radar services, that means we can switch the frequency,
yeah.
bring it over to 1229, which is the ETAP.
We have to get the weather first, right?
So it's 121, 125.
Okay.
I don't know if we can put that in here.
Okay, we can set it for the weather.
So 121, 125.
So pull it. There you go.
6 Zulu. Wind 150 at 11. Visibility 10. Sky conditions clear. Temperature 19 Celsius. Dew point 09 Celsius. Altimeter 3023. Remarks. Density altitude 6,800. Lyman Municipal Airport. Automated weather
Yep.
observation.
I think I see the airport.
Alright, so...
See that,
Yep, I see it.
Okay.
So I need to start my descent.
Okay.
Alright, and we'll switch over. What would that put us at? For this should be about 4 or 5 nautical miles.
Alright. Where's the wind come from?
The winds are coming from 150.
So we can expect 160 there.
Yep.
So, remember, based on what we looked at the airport direction, we have to go around.
Right. So we need to go this way.
Yeah. Just let them know what you're doing.
Okay. So something along the lines of we're 4 miles southwest of the airport, inbound to land runway. What is it? Or runway.
I hear somebody on flying for one thing already. You know what the traffic pattern altitude is?
So it's gonna be 6'3"
Take 3?
or 6'4" actually.
I rounded up to 6'4"?
Yep.
Alright.
Getting a little bumpy.
Yeah.
Weather traffic, Cat 526, runway 16 for southern departure, straight out.
Alright, someone's gonna be departing, so I'm gonna keep an eye on that.
Alright.
It's departing.
9 November is Lyman, I just passed underneath you, no factor on the direction, good day. Lyman traffic to the south of the airport, see position altitude.
You got it?
Alright, good feeling.
Okay.
About 2 or 3 miles south of the airport.
So we're just gonna continue outbound and then do the teardrop entry. Also descend down to traffic down altitude.
Okay. So descending traffic down altitude. Which we are 800 above still.
That's the altitude again.
Traffic pattern 6-4, and we're about 200 feet above it. So I'm gonna follow, we're entering the downwind now.
Alright.
Got 526 departure leg, traffic sight for the west downwind.
Get a parachute from the...
Yep. Alright. So we're in the downwind, and we're gonna do a full stop, or what kind of land are we looking at?
So for your solo, it's gonna be full stop taxi back.
Okay. So we'll simulate that then.
Alright.
Alright, this Quonset hut here looks like the road next to this Quonset hut looks like a good place to turn base.
Alright.
I see what you're meaning about full road.
Miles to the
Windmills, yeah.
turning west for the departure line.
Alright. 789 or 911, turning base, 1116. Alright. Go signal final.
Alright.
Opposite base to check for. Climate traffic, Cessna 1799 November 1 final for runway 16. Climate. That was not great. I was way on the right side
Alright.
of the air there. Alright. Climate traffic system 789 off of runway 16. Climate.
Alright. So we're gonna taxi back to 16, but as you can see, part of the taxiway is not there, right?
Right.
So we have to take the runway and do a back taxi to Pro Channel.
Okay.
So I'll say You let them know what you're.
Okay. So something along the lines of Lyman traffic, Cessna 789 November, taxiing to runway 16.
Yeah. So just say Miami traffic, Cessna 789 I remember, taxiing Alpha to Alpha 1, back taxi to approach end of 16.
Okay. Lyman traffic, Cessna 789 November, taxiing to runway 16 via Alpha, to Alpha 1, back taxi to approach end of runway 16, Lyman.
Alright. I don't know if Lyman has for your Garmin pilot.
Yep.
If Lyman has a chart.
So it does not built in. You have to dig the chart supplement.
Oh, yeah. That's unfortunate.
So. And I checked on ForeFlight too, because my wife has an iPad and it didn't.
Oh, okay.
So this is a normal like run-up area that they've got here. Looks
Yeah,
like.
yeah, that's a normal one, and then we have another one at the end of 16.
I saw that, yeah. So let's do our back taxi and then go to the run-up area, or
Yeah. I'll just make a call that you're taking back taxiing on to 16.
Alright. Make sure there's no one on base or final.
Alright.
Alright. Lyman traffic says 789 November, taking the runway to back taxi to the approach end of runway 16, Lyman. Interesting. So there's 1,300 feet that way, 3,000 feet that way.
Yeah, fairly short.
I mean, going this way, this is about to be the full runway length that my my property is gonna have.
Oh yeah?
So means that whatever I'm flying, I'm gonna be able to take off, land in this distance right here.
For the plane you're building, it should be enough, right?
Should be, yeah.
Yeah.
But before I start doing landings on it, I'm going to be getting some good practice on both soft fields.
Traffic cap 526 is 5 miles to the southwest of the field. Last call, Lyman.
Yeah, he's leaving.
He's leaving?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to talk.
I don't understand why they like cut off half of the factory here.
I looked at the land ownership, and apparently they don't own this pasture stuff here.
Oh yeah?
So basically they're leasing this chunk here, and the farmer didn't want any more of his land taken up than he absolutely had to.
That's some bullshit.
So I mean, you can see they've got cows grazing right basically up to the runway almost. So alrighty. So up here.
Alright.
Reconfigure my navigation setup too.
Alright.
Alright. So we're gonna be going direct to the practice area, right?
So for time, we just go back to
Straight back?
Yeah,
Okay.
this is great.
And do you want me to do the manual navigation too, or?
Like going, yeah, we can go direct to the spring.
Okay.
You can use their GPS.
Okay, cool.
I'm confident that you know how to navigate with WRs. Unless you have any questions, I want to go.
Oh, it was admittedly a lot of fun too.
Yeah.
So we'll throw stretch 2. Wait for yes. Alright.
Yeah, your cross country, you're gonna use your iPad or your pilot, so.
Okay, so I need to throw center back in door 1334. Alright. I think we're good to go.
Alright, well, flaps.
Oh,
Let's make this a short field takeoff, because you can see it's
in a short field.
yeah,
Yep.
it's a good day to practice that.
Okay, resetting that.
show me a real short field, not a simulated one.
Alright, so basically I'm gonna edge this grass here.
Alright.
Good thing we're a high wing so we don't knock out the
Lights, yeah.
lights.
The lawnmower there for a second.
That's what I was saying, we're gonna edge the grass. Alright.
Alright.
So, full throttle. Picture is good, and instruments are green. We're gonna rotate at 60.
Okay.
Climb at 70. One of those hangars is for sale right now.
One of them?
Yep.
You looked it up, you said?
What was that, sorry?
You looked it up, you said?
I just saw the ad.
Oh. Okay, so here I'll just take a final call that you're departing to the southwest.
And do I want to say it's my final call, or?
Yeah, I'll definitely message.
Okay. Climate traffic number 789 November, departing to the southwest. Alright, so now I'm gonna talk to the center. We'll call it, 2 miles south. So we want to say who we are, where we are, altitude, and what we're doing?
Yeah, yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, say your call sign again.
So how do I respond to that?
You just read the code, I mean the settings.
I'll temper.
Yeah. Say destination.
Maintain VFR, destination is Colorado Springs Airport, 99 November.
Alright, cool.
And because we're heading westish, our altitude is going to be about 85.
Alright, 85 should be good.
Clear out that, so it actually shows me my that was a cool experience though.
Yeah, it's not. It's fun, it's fun.
Whatever the note says on the plate there, otherwise I don't have any other runway information.
think it's really cool that you can just hop in a plane and just go anywhere you want.
Go places, yeah.
No? Some place that would take, what, 4 hours to go in the car? Takes you like an hour by plane.
Right, because we get to fly straight at it, more or less.
Yeah, exactly. Alright, so, what's a good heading for Colorado Springs?
Yes, let's... Looks like it'd be about 2:30-ish.
Okay.
If it were a clearer day, we might be able to navigate by the mountains too.
Oh, yeah. Either way, man, with it being so hazy like this, you still doing a good job getting to the line and stuff. You can see how easy it is to get lost, you know, when
Yeah.
conditions are like this.
I mean, this is, according to all of the numbers, this is a clear VFR day. Right.
Isn't it crazy though?
Right. Because like you listen to all the ANIS or AWASs and it's saying clear skies, visibility 10 plus.
10 plus, yeah.
Right. And it's still hazy as all get out.
Yeah. Let's say you didn't have your iPad, right? And you didn't know where you were. What would you do?
I'd pull out either my sectional or the Colorado map they've got, figure out the nearest VOR,
Okay, yeah.
and figure out the nearest VOR to where I want to be at, and vector myself.
So this might be another question for you in the base check or check ride.
Right.
Like loss procedures. Like the 5 C's or 3 C's or whatever. First one is climb.
Because you don't want to be too close to the ground if you don't know where the ground is.
Yeah, that. Or climbing higher gives you a better visibility of what's around.
That's true, yeah.
So,
Except on a day like this where all the smoke's right on the
yeah,
ground.
exactly. So climb, communicate.
So call Denver Center, ask where I'm at.
Yeah, or tell them that you're lost. And I don't know what the other G's are for, but we'll just check it on the ground. Essentially, you know, you want to climb, get altitude. You have navigation that you want to navigate with, figure that out. And then one of them is confess, which is pretty much say that you're lost. Well, I have my phone right here. Let me look it up.
So we might be close enough to the ground to still get cell service?
Yeah. Okay, the 5C says climb, communicate, confess, fly, observe.
So what was the last one?
Observe.
Conserve?
Yeah.
So like conserve fuel?
Yeah, observe field. So, we get stars,
climb, communicate, confess your loss, comply with what they're telling you to do,
Yeah.
and conserve fuel.
Yeah, that's a good rule of thumb right there.
Fairly straightforward.
Yeah.
So when we were originally of doing the nav log setup,
Yeah.
for whatever reason it didn't quite click that I could still use the 60 from VOR radio to navigate on this stuff
That's 60 from VRR.
on BRK.
So like
Like going from BRK to Lyman, that I can basically just follow that VOR.
Oh, yeah. I see where you're
For whatever reason, it clicked this morning before, like when I was doing the nav log. That's a fresh nav log.
Yeah, just make a line directly from BRK to LIG.
Yeah. And like as I was thinking about it, more or less, you can pick just about any spot that has a VOR nearest to it, navigate direct to the VOR, and then navigate off of one of its radials, and never need GPS. And that's exactly what they did back in the day.
Exactly. The only thing you have to be worried about, obviously, is reception distance, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So back in the day, they had enough VORs to basically navigate everywhere.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is
you know where to find out information on which radio is unuseful for specific altitude for
that's in the chart supplement.
Yeah.
We went over it before we navigated into Pueblo.
Okay. Because I know for PRK, if you go from Lyman to PRK directly, I think 10,000 you can get some of the radios and stuff.
Yeah. And I saw that in the chart supplement too. There's specific radials as well as which altitudes they weren't good at.
Yeah.
So, but that's all part of like that proper flight planning. You know which ones aren't good, which ones are good.
Yeah, exactly.
You're supposed to lay out alternate airports, how to navigate to them, things like that.
So in this case, what would be unfortunately we didn't do on the next flight I was planning to do a diversion.
Right.
So essentially have you go to LIG and on the way back have you divert to a different airport. So we'll do that next flight.
That's a good option though if we needed to divert. If Colorado Springs wasn't good, maybe Meadow Lake is good. Although depending on weather stuff, they could all be wrapped up in the same.
Okay.
But it's just
what if the weather's moving from the west?
Weather's moving from the west, like to the east.
Yeah.
That means that probably we're on limited time for Meadow Lake.
Okay.
So we'd want to grab something probably further east out here.
Okay.
Which I guess there's not a ton that I'm seeing here right now that is private. Bullseye would be worst case scenario.
Okay.
So depending on how big the weather thing is, maybe route all the way south to Pueblo.
Okay, that's an option. Or you can just go back to LIG, right?
Right.
So this is what ADM is, you know, you're taking on the fly.
So you were, because you were asking specifically for diversions, I thought you were looking for alternate airports.
Oh, yeah.
So I guess, yeah, absolutely, absolutely turning back to your original airport is an option that you should always be considering.
Yeah, definitely. So the thing about, scenario-based questions is there's no right answer. You're just looking for your thinking process, right?
And that there is a thinking process.
Yeah.
You don't just freeze up.
You don't just freeze up, yeah.
Glad the weather cleared up though.
Barely. Looks like it's just slowly burning off though. So.
Yeah. So I guess the question is whether or not we want to keep that afternoon slot or not. Well, actually, I'm getting ahead of myself on that. I forgot. I don't think I told you, I'm switching over to night, to a night shift right now.
Oh yeah?
So what I really need to do is I need to go home and go to sleep.
Oh yeah. Yeah, so yeah, I'm gonna cancel that.
So,
Also, working till tomorrow?
I'm working Monday night, so I've got a couple days that I'm switching my sleep schedule over.
Okay, okay. I guess that'll be good news. Get the night crossers done at one point.
Yep.
And I recommend too also planning ahead and scheduling your second stage check.
Okay.
And we can just work around that.
Yeah.
It's very hard to like find a check there.
Right.
Oh, this should be the flight list number 20 is your stage tag.
This was what, 16?
17.
17. Okay.
18 is the night cross country.
And then
19 is a solo. But personally, I like to have my students go through the stage check first.
get checked out first.
Yeah.
Make sure. Yeah, that makes sense.
So essentially, we have 18. Yep. For night cross country. And stage check.
Okay. So I guess maybe.
But I want you to do one more flight to LIT.
Okay.
Where I'm not talking, I'm just observing you.
Yeah.
And on the way back, have you divert.
Okay.
And then after the diversion, go to the instructor, do on your gravity.
Okay.
And then based on how you know, if you're ready for that, if you're ready for the stage check, then schedule it.
Okay. So we got a flight scheduled tomorrow, about noon.
Alright?
And then I've got flights scheduled most of the week. I'm gonna have to verify how those will fit in with sleep schedule though.
Okay.
Because I only got let know I need to switch over tonight like yesterday.
Yeah.
Canada 1970, contact approach 120.35. 135, take care. 919. Yeah, we will have to uplift the trust for David that not the man down saying terminated with an aircraft block. Interesting, yeah, we got a familiar message earlier, but basically we were still able to kind of acknowledge the messages that were sent, so we'll check it out. That makes sense. Alright, thanks.
Okay, so how far are we from Colorado Springs?
We are 30 miles.
November, contact Bridgeport 124.0.
But
Yeah, so
I didn't hear what he said, like what the
124.0
for Springwood.
yeah.
Alright. Alright. That is Springs approach, right?
Contact Bridgeport 124.0.
I don't know why you didn't hear it. Before you do that, I also recommend just getting a ATIS.
Then they sign us off. Okay, we're looking at
Sky conditions, a few clouds, 7,000. Temperature 142.9, altimeter 3029. GPS approaches, landing and departing runway 17 left, runway 13 half, airman, runway 17 right closed, runway 17 left, clouds float out service, taxiway Alpha South now before closed, taxiway Charlie South and taxiway Hotel closed. Caution in the vicinity of Meadowlake Airport for glider operation. Advise on initial contact, you have information hotel. Colorado Springs Airport information hotel 916542. Observation wind variable export visibility 12. Sky conditions few clouds 7,000. Temperature 142.9 altimeter 3029. GPS approaches landing and departing runway 1 left.
Alright, so we got your 3029er. Altimeter. Okay.
Charlie South attack.
Okay. So they should just be picking us up, right?
Oh, we should have to check in with them, so just
Just say where we're at?
Yeah. No, just say altitude.
Alright.
Channel rescue flight for the Papa Romeo 9735.
Springs approach.
You guys like rotate a lot for job tips?
Not a ton. Just stir jobs is what we would call it.
Fair job. It must be rough like having a family too, right?
It'd be a lot rougher if they, if I didn't live on base.
Oh yeah.
I used to know the answer to that actually, but I don't anymore.
I didn't know they had a lifespan, so
yeah, it's like 15, 20 years depending on the manufacturer. Sometimes it's less too, depending on if it's a high wind area.
oh okay, that makes sense. So it's like those runaway windmill videos?
Yep, I have seen a couple of them.
Crazy. Okay, that sounds good.
Next time we go to Lyman, hopefully it's near enough so I can actually see where the reservoir is at.
That was going on?
The reservoir that we
I'm thinking on that. I gotta look at that number. I think it means
stage 2 is more just learning the navigation stuff, and the short cross countries. Then stage 3 is where you get the long cross countries in, or
Yeah, stage 3, long cross countries, and
right, but
I think you do have a second short cross country in stage 3.
okay.
And stage 2 is more penalty takeaway. Probably gonna be less, especially if you do a game or anything. It's gonna have you either go to VOR or go to single VOR or go to minor.
Okay.
And have you divert somewhere. So it depends. So you just gotta make sure your landings are good too.
Yep. I definitely need more practice on the shorter and narrower runways, I think.
Oh yeah. But that's you got that illusion, right?
So.
Do you know some of the runway illusions that we might have?
What was that?
The runway illusion?
Illusion? Oh, like based off of it with it being a narrower runway,
Yeah.
you might think you're higher than you are.
Okay.
And vice versa with a wider runway than what you're used to. Alright, so opposite direction. And about 1,000 below us.
Alright.
I didn't quite hear the run.
Oh, you said 10 slide 10 degrees to the right.
Alright, so that'll be about 3-3.
Alright. Airport that is?
That is Meadow Lake.
Alright.
And we're keeping an eye on out here for glider traffic.
Okay.
This is more or less what we got vectored on with the tower though.
Career track 495, you're about 7 miles from, I'd say 1/3 mile per mile. Cleared, first from the 1 to the left. Cleared, localizer approach, 17 knots, career track 495.
So we didn't say there would have been fun holding that stuff.
Career track 495, approaches are approved on the other. What's the career track 45 again?
That looks pattern altitude to me.
Yeah.
9 November, fly heading, no time, should say heading.
Turn heading is 320.
9 November, fly heading 290.
Fly heading 290.
Breaking departure, clear track
land in 1-3, right?
Yep.
So, let's see if you can land before Bravo 3.
Do a stop before Bravo 3.
Yeah.
Alright.
7.3 contact 6,000, runway heading.
Yeah, 1398, turn this departure by air contact, maintain 13,000.
13,000, United, 1398.
November 99, November, turn 10 degrees right.
10 degrees right.
November, Lima, November,
It's a busy day today.
Shirley, November, enter left base from 13, contact tower 119.9.
Left base 13, going to tower, thank you. Project Object 958 out of 16, ascending via 88,006.
Exit 958, Sprint Spurs, Guard, Sprint altimeter 3027. United 1398, turn left heading 080.
080, left turn, United, 1398.
Base turn here in just a moment, 99 November, calling commander traffic, a few miles to the south.
Oh, following traffic.
I'll just say looking for traffic.
99 November, lead 1 right 360.
Alright.
And then November, defend the turn, landing 310, that commander's bending out, I guess.
So turn to 310.
Yeah.
Turn 310 to 911. Good thing the Delta's closed, I guess.
What's the base of the Delta?
What was that?
The base for the top of the Delta is?
I didn't quite hear what you said.
No, it's actually for the dimension for the Delta.
99 November, turn left and back into 13, appreciate your patience. Cruiser 5 full, contact Denver approach 120.1.
Contacting Denver approach 120.1, clear track on full.
United 1398, turn left, clear track 160.
Up to 8800.
Okay.
United, 1398.
We're at 83, so we would have been in it.
Yeah.
I think we just went into it.
958, continue done, shift arrival, exit, maintain 14,000.
Okay, continue done 6, except maintain 14,000.
Alright, so if I'm interpreting right that right though, we are just basically going straight into 130.
Yeah.
Okay.
Say that again, unanswered.
I never realized how big the airport is at Academy.
United 1398, clear direct fuel, is calling
Yep, they've got quite a few runways there.
Duels, 160, United, 1398.
Departure clear track 495 is on, heading of 020, level at 9,000, flying to mid approach.
November 99 November, contact tower 119.9, thanks again.
Contact tower 119er. 100. Alright. Tower 79 November, 8,200 feet.
789 November, swing start, continue for runway 13, traffic for legal land position.
I would say, just get there a little bit faster, you can put the flaps up.
Alright.
There you go. typically by the time we get close, they have departed.
Gotcha.
I think that's about 1,000 feet or so.
Quick Towers, Court 7 Echo Romeo, holding short 17 right at Alpha 1, ready for departure.
Court 7 Echo Romeo, Springs Tower, cross runway 178, runway 13. Clear.
Looks like we'll have the plane put away just in time for whoever coming in.
I see. Somebody flying this plane after?
At noon, yeah.
Jeffrey. Okay. Alright, cool. Might be a little late, but. Okay, any questions, man?
No, it was pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
Good deal.
I was trying to look in what do you call it, the aeronautic chart not the chart supplement, chart guide for the symbols, but I couldn't find it for that reservoir. No, that the dots is something specific.
Gotcha.
So we'll have to look that up on the ground.
Real question is going to be what, at this point, whether Mike can work out the whole thing or not.
Hammer?
Yeah.
Hear any sound of it turning off, you know?
I didn't hear. either, so we might be good.